Okay, I had mentioned I want the students to stay in the room because the next speaker we have, I was blessed to actually meet her on Instagram, and I feel like we were meant to be together. We were meant to know each other. Fatou, yes. She is, so I have this platform called Model Talk Tuesdays, and I just, whether it's a friend or someone that I see on Instagram that I feel like is just doing awesome in the modeling world, I'll reach out to them with my whole, I have a nonprofit, we focus on modeling, leadership, and entrepreneurship, and I did that with our next guest. And she responded back saying, Pearl, I would love to be a guest on your show. Now, I have to step back. I woke up in the middle of the night and somebody tagged me with a picture of our next guest. She was in Vogue. And they were like, Pearl, for some reason, something reminds me of this, And I woke up and I'm looking at these pictures. And I said, well, what's her name? And then that's how I found her on Instagram. From seeing pictures of her in Vogue. I write my message thinking, ain't no way she's gonna respond back. She responds back lovingly, hey, I'm available. When do you need me? And we've been going back and forth for a year and a half now. So while I was meditating on this conference, I was like, ooh, I want Fatou here. So again, I reached out on email and I said, Fatou, would you mind coming in? And she said, you know what? I'm gonna rearrange. I have this thing going. It works for me. I will be here, Pearl. So please, you all, help me give it up for top model Fatou Jo Bay. Yes. Yes, my sis. When I tell you, give me some music, DJ. It's out, okay. Fatou. Yes, you are on fire, Fatou. Yeah, it's okay. So, okay, that was the perfect song for her. So, you all, as I mentioned, top model, Vogue, Givenchy, Hermès. I was looking her up recently because I had to write a bio. This girl is Kim Kardashian Skims' recent campaign. I mean, come on. Then I called her, I'm in Paris, Pearl. I'm doing Elle Beauty. So Fatou, how are you, girl?
I'm nervous.
It's okay. Look, I am here. I am your big sis while you killing it on the runway. And I'm like, woo, this is my space. I don't mind talking to people. Like, boom, boom, boom. So Fatou, New York is where you at right now. Yes, so let's start from the beginning so that, they can get an idea. So you were born in New York, right?
I was born in the Bronx, and my mom took me back to West Africa, Gambia, when I was 1, and I came back to New York when I was 10 years old. So I was raised in Africa for 10 years. Okay, I'm really nervous. I'm like, this is crazy.
Look, I'm taking you all over, Fatou. I'm showing you off everywhere, so.
Okay, I stayed in New York all my life, and yeah, I went to college, graduated my associate degree in social work, and I wanted to work with kids. I love kids. She said something that was very important that I wanted to talk to you about because it's the reason I'm here today. I went through a very hard time where after I graduated, normally, I don't know where to find a job. And my parents were very nervous. They're West African parents. They don't have much money. They didn't have enough money to even put me in school. So, they didn't have enough money just to take care of me in general. They got very nervous. I got very nervous. And I turned to marijuana. And I smoked a lot. I indulged a lot. My mom couldn't take it, so she kicked me out of the house. And this was the best decision she could have ever made because it changed my life, I left New York and I went to Mississippi to that woman over there. Her
Let's
name is
see.
Alora.
Oh, shout out. Okay, yes.
And I had a spiritual awakening, you know? I understood that I was scared. I didn't understand where I was going to go in my life. I didn't see my future and it being stable enough. I got very nervous, and I just wanted to go day by day, but it wasn't the right thing to do. Coming to Mississippi with nothing, I had $0, no clothes. I just had myself, and I had a friend who was able to speak to me and make me understand, like, this life is beyond just making money. I think that this was God's way of telling me, it's okay to be, I'm a little butterfly. Like, I just want to help people. I love kids. I would love to have so much money that I can just throw everybody in a big house. But that's not realistic. In the way that I can do it, I asked God for it. I love modeling. I've always wanted to model. I saw myself modeling. So she started talking to me about manifestation. And I was like, what is that? Pretending like you got a life that you don't have? I was like, yes, I think I'm a supermodel, so I'm just gonna walk around like I'm a supermodel. Yeah, I asked God for a lot of help. I asked him to open the doors to where I'm supposed to be in this life. Modeling, I'm not in it to be famous. I don't want to be famous. This is the reason that I do it. I'm not into Instagram. If you follow me, don't think that I'm bougie. I just don't post. It's not my thing. I'm not a sharer of my private life. I only post work. But through the money that I have, it's opened the doors that, you know, I can help. I'm from Senegal and Gambia. We don't have nothing, you know. $1 over here is $59 over there. And that's 3 days of food. You know, it's a big difference, and I don't know, it's just not in me, but I understood the assignment. Basically, God really gave me what I wanted. This is my dream. I wanted to do it. I wanted to model, and he gave it to me. After I left Mississippi, a week after I left Mississippi, a year after crying, begging God, praying, asking my mother for forgiveness because I was on the wrong path. I opened my heart up to God so much that I've never done in my life. I just gave him all of my heart and my... You could ask her, this is like literally my savior, this woman over here. She held me from taking my own life, you know? And I walked into New York and I'm like, I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna start my life over. I'm gonna go try to get a job. Because, yeah, manifestation is cute and all of that, but like, hello. I'm not a typical model either. I have hips. I'm a size 37. When I got signed, I was 24 years old. When I got into the industry, this was my retirement year to a lot of people, you know? So, a week after I came back to New York, I left her home, and I went back home. My mother said she wasn't ready for me to come home. So I went to 42nd Street. And this old white guy saw me, and he was like, "You're so beautiful." And I'm crying on the stairs of the train station. "You should be a model. I know Beth Bolt. She discovered Naomi Campbell." I was like, "Who are you? Are you loud? Get out of my face. Like, what is this happening?" And he's like, my boyfriend at the time was standing next to me. He took his information, and he was like telling me every day, "You should call this guy. You should call this guy." We're hopping from hotel to hotel at the same time. I'm like, if you're gonna offer me anything, it's better than this. I called him. He got me a meeting the next day. I went into the office, state management office, and I got signed the same day. Yes. Yes. With my bag of clothes in a garbage bag, I walked into this beautiful agency with a bunch of white people. And, you know, they didn't take it as a big deal. They saw me, and they said, "She's gonna make us money." So they took me and they put me in the apartment. in Hoboken. Search Hoboken. It's a lot of money for rent over there. I was in a big apartment, huge shower. I couldn't believe it. 2 weeks after that, I auditioned for Calvin Klein, and I did exclusive Calvin Klein. The next show I did was in Paris, and I did Dior exclusive, and that was the beginning of my career.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Fatou. You know, we sisters, we connected for a reason. So, yes. Praise God. When I told you, I woke up in the middle of the night, this girl was in Vogue with these images that illuminated. I wish I had time to put like a full collection, you know, of all of her photos up, but just managing this whole event, I was overwhelmed. Shout out to my team that's in the building, because I couldn't have done it without them. But if y'all see her catalog of photos and where God has taken her, she's doing amazing things. And you know how I say I hold people accountable. She told me she wants to be a designer. So now every day that I'm asking her, Fatou, so how's the designs coming along? So do anyone have any questions for Fatou? Because we're a little bit behind. And I wanted the students to stay in the room because I know a lot of you want to be models, and she's a model at, you know, the top level. She's modeled with Alec Weck. She's modeled with, you know, some of the greats. So any questions, you all? Yes, please stand up.
Did you struggle with confidence, like self-worth when you were doing?
So I'm a black girl. I don't know what my hair looks like before I started modeling, okay? I walked into Marc Jacobs and they cut all my hair off. That was where I got my confidence. I cried so much and I didn't look at myself for 5 minutes. But when I tell you the amount of power I felt looking at myself with no hair and still understanding, like, girl, okay, you kind of look bad. It's okay. Yeah, they force you to become confident. This is not a, oh, do you get into the modeling world and they'll help you. You're gonna get there by force or not, because when you take your photos, it's gonna show. And it's gonna be 1 or 2 times you looking like you don't like yourself, you're not gonna model anymore. So definitely work on it before. Take the weave out, take the hair out, and look at yourself in the mirror and like that person. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, any more questions? Yes, please stand.
What is your, hello. Hi. Thanks for being here. What is your relationship with your mom now and how long?
Make me cry. Well, my father passed away in October, the year I got signed. He passed away in November. And for me, I'm empowered. I'm in control of my life. And my mother is very important. And now that she doesn't have my father anymore, I don't think that, yeah, I put myself, and she's here. Like, anything that she needs, I'm there for her. I'm the oldest of 5 kids. Like, there's no, I love her. Anything that she wants, I'm here for her. She's my best friend. Like, yeah, we're great. Just because also my father passed away, we lost somebody that was very important to us. There's nothing in this world that should be keeping us apart anymore, really.
Love me some Fatou. Last question. No more questions? All right, you all, let's give it up for the amazing Fatou Jo Bay. Yes. Thank you, sis.
Oh, you are wonderful. You are amazing.
Yes. All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick break because the students got to get ready for y'all ready for a fashion show? All right, students, go get ready. We had a top model, supermodel here. Let's show out. She put her heart on the stage. Transparency. Have me crying on the stage.